We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Giants. The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for his start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Down.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup of 38. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Giants at 2-13 now on the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and...
Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Five, 97.
Franks. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
560.
4th down. Frank's going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Running left, Taylor. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Wilson to throw. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Franks now to throw on first down. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Now Franks off the bootleg here. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Ready?
Franks will throw for it on fourth down. Solid stiff arm. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. So after the fourth down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ready, set.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's brought down. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Cycle. Shot, 17. Clock, 10.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Fight.
2nd down, Franks. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants get a bit closer. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
What?
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Wilson on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, but it'll be 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson looking for Campbell downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Yannick Ngakoue. Just as hard to say his name as he is to block. He's there in on the stop that time.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Franks now. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Franks looking to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On first down, Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Working with a 2nd and 4. Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Colts are going to get the football back at their own 17. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Ready?
Setting up play action. Franks. Dancing to his left. This to Jarwin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On second down, here's Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Let's go now.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Now Franks. And it'll be intercepted. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 15.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll get this to Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Now Wilson. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeaux. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Matt Hawk now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Red, yellow.
Looking to throw. Franks. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach is off.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Kadarius Toney, 89 yards. And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for two, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Wilson. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. To the right side, this is Taylor. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
USC man Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Franks. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum, filet at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak his first 3 times.
Filet, 10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go to Barkley again. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Frank's throw taken in by Slayton. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Here we go.
Franks now on 2nd down. Once again, he finds Slayton. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, Franks. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This is Shepard on the catch. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
Striker, 3-3.
Fourth down, Frank's going to throw for it. Got a man, Slayton. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Ready?
Now a turn and a give to Barkley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Franks. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Bellinger, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. Charles, for this